folks, Dr. Groovy here, Scott Grove from GroovyMusicLessons.com, doing major scale licks. Okay, my favorite things to pull out because that's what I was raised on, and that's what works out best for me whenever doing gigs. I'm going to do everything in the key of D today. I'll do some other keys just to show you how to go from one to another. But these are the basic things that I always use. So things like... Okay. Another one sounds great with delay, like a long delay. Another one which is really cool. Here's how it sounds slow, so you can tell how cool it is. Okay. Another one that sounds like all the others, but just slightly different. One just going up. Okay, so just easy stuff. Okay, so a lot of these really basic, scale-oriented things all thrown into one video. That's all it is. And again, these are the real meat and potatoes of playing that 60s through 90s country stuff. Hope you enjoy it. Stick around if that sounds like anything you'd like to do. All right. Okay, folks, this is about the view you're going to get of this for the rest of the lesson. Cool guitar for those of you who have not seen this one. This has fast become one of my favorites. Made by ESP. It's called Grassroots. Mainly, you can find these from Japan retailers. Japanese. It's part jazz master shape and part from a particular Rickenbacker. The white binding is just pinstripe tape that I put on it. But I threw 3 silver lace sensors in here. And it's just got one volume knob, 5-way switch. Just a cool axe, and it's got the output jack in a cool place. Okay, so now that you know that, I generally play without a pick, but I'm going to toss a pick in here and there just to help you all out. Okay, the first one I'm going to teach you guys is the first one I played in the intro, which was... So... Okay, so that's the first one. To not scare you off, it is simply this. Then. Okay, so very basic 2 octave, actually 3 octave thing, but we're only in 2 locations. Okay, so we're here up at the D. We'll be in D the whole time for all these licks. We're up here at the 10th fret on the high E string. That's how you'll always find out where you're at. If we're in G, we're up here at the 15th fret on the high E string. If we're in C, we're down here at the 8th. So this is how we do her. Okay, so we're keeping a lot of notes in the wings. By that I mean we're starting here on the 10th fret. We've got the 7th fret ready to go. Okay? We're doing a lot of pull-offs too, like this. Okay, so we're going from 10 to 8 on the high E. Going 10 to 8 from the B string to the E string. So you got... Then the same thing on the B and G string. As odd as that sounds, it's very cool. Okay? That's what going up to that 10th fret on the G and adding it with that B string sounds like. It's called dissonance when it's one fret apart like that in a scale, but it's very cool. So in the lick again, then same thing. Okay. Okay, that is on the G string. We're going from 9 on the G string down to 7. Again, these are all pull-offs. Same thing on the D string. And now back up to the G string, hitting the D note, 7th fret. So. Okay. Another note I like to add in. And that's going from the 10th fret on the G string. It's a slide down to 9, pull off to the 7, then the same thing. I really like it that way. Okay, for the next part, yeah, I'm going by these kind of quick. You can always rewind. Now we got, okay, so that's going back up for a little bit before we go the rest of the way down. So we're doing the same lick on the D string, going from the 7 to the 9, up to the D note, which is 7th fret, G string. Okay, that's 7, 9, 7 on the D string, hammer on, pull off. Now we're doing, okay, so it's a slide on the A string from the 9th fret down to the 7th. Pull off to the 5th fret. That's your D. So now we're going down to the low E string. We're going to pull off from 7 to 5. And then back to the 5th fret on the A string, ending on D. That's the whole thing. Slowly. Even slower. It's nice to leave all that there. Now. So you can leave that here at the 7th fret. Okay. And again, that's using the long form here in the middle. From here. The other way. Just leaving out one note. Okay, so that's that one. The little thing that I did earlier, the addendum, if you will. That just keeps repeating the going from 9 to 10 on the G string, then hitting the B string at 7, then backward. Okay, but that's going ending on the D each time. just something to think about. Along this exact same little scale is the... I use that a lot, especially with kind of a long delay. A lot of hammer-offs, pull-offs, the same scale here. Okay, same notes. So... even the same ending. Everything is going to be done on one string at a time. Okay, so same place, 10th fret, 7th fret, 10th fret, and back to the 7th fret. Okay, same thing on the B string. G string is the 2 dots, so you're 9 and 7. D string, same thing. A string, same thing. And slide down to the 5th fret on the A string. If you want to, that part. 5, 7, 5, 5. Okay, with fingers. It's just what I like. Okay, so that's that one. Now, another one that is very cool is the one that is almost like that again. Again, sounds great with delay, is the... Okay. Almost the same. So it's actually a cascading effect. It's you're doing two strings, same fret most of the time. So you're going to go here on the 10th fret, you're going to bar across the E and B string. Okay. Now you're going to have this waiting in the wings barred on here the whole time at the 7th fret. Okay, with your first finger. So you got... Now you're playing 7th fret, same 2 strings on the E and B string. Okay, sounds kind of Christmassy. So it's... The next 2 notes are going to be on the B string and G string. B string is going to stay there at the 10th fret, but because of the way the guitar is tuned, we have to put your ring finger here on the 9th fret, so you get... Okay, so you have... Lift those up, and we're playing the 7th fret still, but on the B and G. That takes us to our first D to D. Okay, so we've ended up on D. Now we're going to end up on D one more time, going... Okay. Okay, we're just doing on the G and D string on the 9th fret. Take that finger off again. Hit 7 and 7 on the same 2 strings on the G and then the D. Okay, so same thing going up to the D and A. Same thing, you just kind of lifted the bar up a little bit, up 1 string. 9 and 9. 7 and 7. Back up to 9 on the A string. Now up to 9 on the low E. And finally, 10th fret on the low E. A lot of times I tend to go down to the 4th fret on the A. And then the 5th fret. Okay, like... I just like the way it sounds on that string better than... Okay, but whatever way you want to do it. So that's it. 10 10, 7 7, 10 9, 7 7, 9 9, 7 7, 9 9, 7 7, 7 there. I'm sorry, 9 there, 9 there, and 10. Okay, that's also cool. It's the same notes going up instead of backwards, and we're just going, I'm going back to the 7 here on the low E string, so going from 10 to 7. So we're going back to everything before it. Okay, so 10, 7, 10, then 7, 10, 7, 9, 7, 9, 9, 7, 9, 9, 7, 9, 9, 7, 9, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 10, 7, 10, 7, 10, 7, then 10. Okay, that's about as basic of a scale as you can get, but it works, and that's what I'm here to show you, is how these work. Another one that works just like that, for the most part, okay, is starting with our low E string from 5 to 7. It's a hammer-on to 5 on the D. Now we're doing a slide after we do a hammer-on. Actually, we're going to hit this note, I'm sorry, on the 7th fret, hit it, and then slide it up to 9, from 7 to 9. We do a hammer-on from 7 to 9 on the D string, and go to the D note, which is the 7th fret here on the G string. So we have, now we do this. Okay, we just did the 7th fret, which was the D. Now we're going to do like we did on the original D. So we're going to do that here. So you hit the D note on the G string. Now go to 10th fret and slide it up to, I'm sorry, the 9th fret, slide it to 11. Okay, there we're doing 10, 12 on the B string, and then finally end up at D on the 10th fret, high E string. Okay, I like to put that in, but that's not a scale, that's a scale all the way up to improvising. Without that. Okay. You can play the whole thing backward. Okay, just think of that backward. Very cool. Now the long one. This was the one that was for the most part. Okay, that is, we're working out of what is the D at the 15th fret on the B string is where we'll be looking at first. It's not the note we're going to be hitting, but that's what we're looking at. We're actually going to go up to one string higher, the E string at the 15th fret. Start with it already bent up 2 frets. So, and release it. Okay, so you're actually like up the 17th fret with the bend, but you hit it. Okay, so you hit it while it's bent and pull off. So release and pull off. And then hit the 15th fret on the B. That's your D note. Now we go back to the E string, 15th fret. Back to the D note. Okay, now we hit the 13th fret on the E and hammer onto the 14th. Okay, so you have now we have one other section, and then we'll start repeating these 2 sections over, a couple more octaves. That's what happens. So let's get this first section, which is what we did. Okay, get that phrasing right. Now we got, okay, that's your D note here on the B string, the 15th fret. Pull off to the 11th fret. Now the 12th fret on the G and back to the 11th fret. I'm sorry, 13th fret is what I meant to say all these times. 13th fret on the B string. So 15 on the B, 13 on the B, 14 on the G, 13 on the B. So you have okay. Now if you do the bend on all of these like this, that is all you have to know so far. Everything else will be the same. Okay, so if you go that's all there is what we've already learned, but just in different places. Okay, so okay, same thing. We go to the G string, start with the pre-bend at the 12th fret. You have one waiting in the wings here at the 10th. You start with it bent up, pull off to the 10th fret, hit the 12th fret on the D, same as before, flatten it out, just like we did here. Same here. So 12 bent, pull off, 12 on the D, 12 on the G, 12 on the D, then 10 on the G, hammer on to 11. Now we got same as we did over here before. Now this, we got same thing. We start on the D string, 12th fret, pull off the 10. We go to the 12th fret on the A string, and back to the 10th fret on the D. Okay, so same thing twice. Okay. See, my bad. just the first half of the whole lick. Okay. Okay, so you have the two halves. Then now we have, and we stop there. We don't have to do the second half. Okay, so that part is on the A and E string only. Starting on the A string at the 10th fret with the bend. Pull off to 8. Go to 10, which is your D on the low E string. So just flatten the finger out. 10 on the A string. Back up. Okay. Now we go from 8 to 9 on the A string. I like to do that. I like to hold the 10th fret, the D note. You don't have to. Just play it straight if you want. It's your guitar. Let's see how cool this sounds. Okay, that's when you slide up from 8 to 9 on your A string. So normally it would be. And then just finish on the 10th fret on your low E. That's your D. Okay, so you have. Okay, very slow. Okay, again, I like to go. So you have two notes going. Really works out well, especially with the compressor going on, because the notes stick around longer. It makes doing happen and happen and happen for a long time. Okay, with my fingers I like to. Okay, so it really flies by. Okay, pick, same thing. So those are the major scale licks that I think are groovy. I don't know about you. But like I said at the beginning, if you dig them, there they are. So happy major scale picking, and I'll be on something new, I'm sure, very soon. Again, you guys stay groovy. Happy Gobble Gobble Day for the folks in the USA. And I'll see you again soon. Stay groovy.